especially through the past few years to achieve my goal. My wife was unbelievable, to be honest. And you know what? Like you don't hear enough about it. How big they are in a career of a professional athlete, and so happy to do it. And there's a lot of bumps and bruises along the way, and it was just a great feeling right now to see my journey where it brought me, and that's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Front right.
Jonathan, you and Jack Eichel had such incredible chemistry throughout these playoffs. Just wanted to get your thoughts on winning this with him.
Yeah, I mean, first win for him, right? It's a pretty good average. So super happy for him. Honestly, ever since he came in last year, we were just a different team, and he's a game changer for a group. He's been unbelievable, and this trophy could have definitely went to him too. And I could never have that without him, and all my teammates and my line mates were unbelievable all along the series. Honestly, it was just a overall great package, and I'm really happy for him. Like a guy, a superstar like that gets so much media attention, and he delivered. So I'm so happy for him and proud of him for sure.
Right side, third row.
Jonathan, sorry, the trophy's kind of in the way. I just want to ask you about your playoff journey here. I know that you struggled a little bit to score in the first series and a half, but can you just give me a thought on keeping with it, and then eventually you knowing that the goals would come and the points would come?
Yeah, definitely wasn't happy with my first round production, but at the end of the day, we find a way to win hockey games, and there's a bunch of guys that stepped up in the right time, and it was just I wanted to contribute and help my team win hockey games, but we were still doing it without me producing. So that's kind of one of the things that happened in this year's playoff. Is every round there's somebody that was stepping up, and it was great. And honestly, you don't get here just by one or two guys. You get here with a full effort of the organization, and it's something we can really be proud of.
Left side, second row.
First off, congratulations on the cup and the Conn Smythe.
Thank you.
How special was it to see you and the other 5 originals get that cup handoff from Mark Stone in order? And did you know it was going to go down that way?
Well, I didn't expect it, but I know that Riley kind of came to me. He's like, Stoney's going to give it to me, and I'll give it to you. So I was like kind of shocked a little bit because we have so much veterans in that locker room and guys that came in at different times in the past 6 years and have been huge for us. And but it was definitely a great gesture and something that will go down in one of the classiest thing I've seen. And super happy to be part of that for sure.
We'll take a few more questions in English. Front left.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. John, I guess along those lines of classy gestures for Bruce to start you, Will and Riley and Braden and Shea to start the game, and to hear that ovation is probably one of the louder player intro ovations that we've heard in this building. Just what did that mean to you guys?
Yeah, you know what, it got me off surprise, to be honest. I didn't know we were going to start, and it was a great gesture. It was just well thought. I didn't even think about it, and it was super nice on his part. And yeah, I mean, we've been here for 6 years, and Will as well, and you know what, like, we grinded. We wanted to get back at the feeling we had the first year and to get back to the dance. And we know that this year, going back at it, things would be different. And we definitely took a different approach, and it was just fun to be part of it for sure.
Take 2 more questions in English. Right side, third row.
Jonathan, what has Mark Stone meant to this team, and what have you seen him go through to get to this point with his health and everything?
I mean, he's our leader, right? He's our guy. He came in the second year, and he was great since the first moment he came in. He was unbelievable, and he's been such a great factor in every step of the way, off the ice, and Henry, careful, buddy, off the ice and on the ice. And for him to grind out last year the same thing, this year the same thing, he grinded and he wanted to come back. And honestly, like, to him to get a hat trick tonight, like, you can write it better than that, right? I mean, it's just such a great comeback story, and he's been unbelievable. He's such a great human being to have around, and couldn't be more happy for a guy like that for sure.
One more in English, front right.
Thanks. Hey, Jonathan, Ryan Kennedy from the Hockey News. How good do you feel for the city of Las Vegas and the support you've gotten from them over the years?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable ride for sure. Even the first year, we had so much fun with the fans and at T-Mobile, the energy. We got ranked the best arena to play in for a reason, right? So it's been a great ride, and the fans, the community has been unbelievable since we came in. And I remember Game 4, we wanted to bring it back home with a chance to win it all, and we did. And honestly, our team delivered tonight. I mean, we were dominating the whole game, and I was just so proud to do it in front of our fans, and that's a moment that I'll never forget.
And now we'll take one in French on the left side.
Salut Jonathan. Pendant toutes les séries, tu n'as pas voulu t'imaginer gagner la Coupe, tout ça. On a entendu, tu étais mic'd up, tu as dit à Brett Harden que tu avais une vision, que tu allais gagner la Coupe. Est-ce que tu peux nous en dire plus là-dessus?
Ouais, ben c'est quelque chose que je sais pas pourquoi, mais je savais avant les matchs si on allait gagner ou perdre un petit peu. Puis j'en parlais à Brett. Puis c'était comme un petit peu notre rituel. Tu sais, comme après la Game 3, je me rappelle, je suis allé voir Brett, puis j'ai dit on va gagner les 2 prochains matchs. Puis il a dit OK. Puis j'avais dit la même chose après Game 4 contre Edmonton. Je dis on va gagner les 2 prochains matchs. Puis c'est juste quelque chose que j'avais vu. Puis je n'avais parlé un petit peu avant Game 3, mais je me voyais gagner la Coupe dans mon gilet or. Fait que, tu sais, je sais pas pourquoi, je savais qu'on allait peut-être perdre une des 2 games en Floride. Puis ça changeait rien que, tu sais, je travaille fort tout le temps, mais c'est quelque chose que, je sais pas, j'avais un feeling au début des séries, puis j'en parlais à Brett, parce qu'on voyage ensemble pour aller à l'aéroport. Puis je suis sûr qu'ils vont m'en reparler dans pas long.
Thank you for your time, Jonathan.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You know, obviously, Foley made his wish back when this all started, hoping to win this in 6 years, and now to be a part of that and lead this group to that fruition, just how special is that?
Well, just before I get to that, I do want to congratulate the Florida Panthers on a terrific season. Great playoff run. Did a lot of things well, and bright future there, you know. But at the end of the day, with Bill, he's done everything right here, I think. I think the players would tell you that. I'm only here 1 year, right? So, and he's treated me, I'm just really grateful to be given this opportunity, and with him and Kelly and George. But, you know, I'm out in Henderson a lot with my kids. I'm at CNA, and the game is growing here, and it needs someone to bring it here. And then you have idols like the Marchessaults and, you know, the Smiths and the Carlsons, et cetera. So, very happy for Bill. What I didn't know right away when I got hired, he says he was going to win the Stanley Cup in year 6, and I found out it was year 6 after I signed. So I said, all right, there's a little bit of pressure here, but here we are. But like I said, I'm happy for Bill. He's a terrific owner. You know, he's no pressure, and he comes in and, you know, just lets you do your job, and it's just wants what's best for the team. Thank you.
Front right, Greg.
Bruce, George McPherson's talking about your relationship with Jack Eichel and how that relationship with Jack really blossomed and helped push Jack to the heights that he reached in these playoffs. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Jack a little bit from Boston. He skated with the Bruins in the summer. His strength coach or skating coach is Kim Brandvold, who's a good friend of mine, was our skating coach in Boston. We ended up hiring. I thought Kim was a terrific guy, and it told me a lot about Jack. So, but you've got to get into that player-coach relationship before, you know what I mean, to really sort things out. So we met right away. As soon as I got hired, I thought it'd be good, sit down and talk. Here's what my expectations are of our center icemen, particularly guys high in the lineup, and what do you need from me? And let's kind of meet halfway. I just felt we were tied together in terms of coming here relatively at the same time. I know he was here a little before me, but he was injured, right? So this was a fresh start for both of us. So that's the way I looked at it. Let's see if we can do this together. Jack has been super from day one. There's been no pushback in terms of what the ask was of him. There's always back and forth dialogue, you know, about different situations, line mates along the way, maybe power play, ice time, whatever. But he's 100% on board. All he wants to do is win. All he wanted to do is win, and I couldn't be happier for him. And his parents should be real proud of him. He did a terrific job for him, and I know it was a little tough for him his previous spot. So I couldn't be happier for him. He's a terrific guy. Just ask his teammates, what they think of him. And that'll tell you right there.
Back right.
Bruce, first off, congratulations.
Thanks, Dan.
You tonight, I believe, had 7 different goal scorers, and 15 guys had at least 1 point. And you're not going to score 9 every game, but does that kind of define what this team is all about?
I think so. I think it does. And it's different guys. Tonight, Stoney happens to get the hat trick, First goal is huge for us. I mean, we didn't start great. And you could see a little bit of nerves, and Florida was on us, and we had a great save from Hill, and he comes to get shorthanded goal. So kind of let us breathe a little bit. But after that, next man up, whoever's turn it is, and we've had that all year. Like Alec Martinez only scores in Stanley Cup finals, apparently. So, and what a timely goal that is. So now you got defensemen pitching in that, are more stay-at-home, defensive-minded guys. Nick Hague, so that's been our story this year. It's been I won't say next man up because that's such a cliche, but it has been about the team. It's been about the team, no matter who's in the lineup. And it, right to the bitter end tonight. I know Marshy got the Conn Smythe. It could have been a lot of different guys. Not one guy carried this team. I thought everybody did their part, and I'm happy for Marshy. Certainly deserved it. Could have been a lot of different guys, and that's the story of our year.
Left side, second row.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Bruce, congratulations, first of all.
Thanks, Danny.
Obviously, I think it goes without explaining why you decided to start the 5 that you did tonight to start the game, but just, I guess, when did you decide on that, and kind of what was the reaction in the room when you made that call?
My dog's getting dragged into this again, but I was walking my dog earlier today as we spoke about, thinking of different things, and I thought, it'd be, I think, a good way to get the guys' attention and reward the guys that were the original, laid the foundation for this hockey team. I apologized to Will Carrier, can only start one left winger, so, and I thought it'd be nice and see if it, give us a little juice, and whether it did or not, I don't know, but they deserved it, and I think the guys respect that. They gave them they got past the cup first, and rightfully so. And I think they're going to enjoy it. We're all going to enjoy it, but for them it means a little more, right? They were in the final their first year, and they get a chance to go back. And as I said, guys that kind of laid the roots down here and have done a great job in the community, building Golden Knights, brand and hockey in the area. So happy for them.
On the left side, third row.
Sergey Feldman, NHL.com International. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You see the players on the ice afterward with the families, friends, etc. It's clear that it takes a village to win. It also includes some of the guys like the Black Aces, Patera, who's making an impact to the extent that he can. How special is it for those guys and the contributions that they make?
Well, listen, they feel good about themselves. In 2011 with the Bruins, I had all those extra guys, so I know what it was like. You're on the ice, and you feel great, and you're part of it, but you're not in the trenches, but you are a part of the team. Every guy that wore a Golden Knights sweater this year helped us get here, including, you mentioned Patera. He won 2 hockey games for us, so if he doesn't, do we finish first, Do we get home? There's a lot that goes into it, little details along the way. Pav scored a lot of big goals for us. Paul Cotter, I think, had 13 goals. He played a lot for us. Phil, there's a lot of different guys that go into it. Huddy and Paul Hall played in the Winnipeg series. So we're thankful we didn't have to use a lot of our guys because of injury, but they were right there. And they prepare hard. They give up a lot of their time. They're still here, So it's a bit of a thankless job while you're going through it if you're not playing, but now it's all worth it, right? You're a champion, and your name's in the cup, so good for those guys.
Take a couple more questions, right side.
Hey, Bruce. Derek Van Diest, NHL.com. Just going back to Jonathan Marchessault. So I know early on in the playoffs, I know when he was at Edmonton, he was frustrated because he wasn't finding the net. And I just want to ask you about him sticking to that and eventually the goals coming and doing what he did in basically the second half.
Inside presence, I think it was game 3 up there. He scored 2 goals. Jack got him on the top of the crease on a tip, and I think there's another one very similar. So against Winnipeg, he wasn't getting to those areas. He was relying on his shot, and he slowly got there. And he got rewarded. And then all of a sudden it snowballed. I think the clinching game, he got a hat trick, but one was at the top of the crease. I know one was on the elbow, but, he started working inside a lot more. And between him and Barbashev going to the net, and with a guy like Jack that can draw people to him, turned out to be a really effective line because of that. So good for him. He figured it out. It didn't affect the rest of his game, and gets on a roll. And I think there's stories every year when you win the cup of guys that get hot. You know, we were. Listen, I'm going back in time here, but I was talking to Krim about it. I said, it reminded me of Reggie Leach back in the day for the Flyers, and just a guy that was just hot and really helped us.
One more question, right side.
Coach, congratulations, Eddie Rivkin, Hockey Nights in Vegas. I don't know if you know that tomorrow is actually 1 year exactly since you signed your contract to come here to Vegas. I wonder if
I'm going to celebrate.
I wonder if you could just reflect a little bit about your year.
Well, listen, at first you're leaving a spot it's been home to you for a long time, right? So it's tough on your family. Built a lot of solid relationships there, people I still keep in touch with, but new adventure, we looked at it and once everyone settled in, I thought it was terrific. Turns out it could be the best thing that ever happened to me in my career. I mean, we win a Stanley Cup, right? Great group of guys, new challenges, come in fresh with players I didn't know at all. So it was you have to start relationship building, and I think that's important in this job. So family gets settled in, they love it here. Nothing but great things to say about Summerlin, and then the hockey team. So nobody lasts in one spot forever. So like I said, once we got settled in, it's been terrific. It's been a hell of a year. Like I said, I think everyone plays the game to get their name in the cup, and we were able to do it, and I was able to do it my first year. And like I said, I'm very thankful and grateful that, I ended up here, and that, and Bill Foley and George found it that, I could be a guy to lead the team.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you. Have a good night.